Hello and welcome. My name is Robin and you're watching Robin Reads. Today I want to talk about the movies I have watched in the month of February. I'm sorry if you can hear some noise, but they are just building some stuff across the street, so therefore there can be some noise. I also want to do a disclaimer that I did in my last video that I'm still a bit tired, so if I look a bit down or whatever, that's because of that. But yeah, as you saw in my last video, my wrap up of February, you saw that it didn't really go that well. It wasn't a good month for me, but it was a very good month for me movie-wise. And I have watched 16 movies. So that's really great. This is also probably because we got Disney Plus, and I was really excited about that, and we watched a couple of Disney movies as well. So yeah, just let's get started. The first movie I watched in the month of February, I watched on the 1st of February, and that was Dolittle. I gave this movie 5 out of 5 stars because it was just amazing, awesome. Robert Downey Jr. was the best. It was just amazing. So this movie is about a doctor called Dolittle, and he can talk to animals basically. And his wife also really likes animals, and they work together as veterinarians basically. And his wife goes on a journey and doesn't come back. And therefore, Dolittle is very depressed, and he doesn't really get out of the house. Then a girl comes to his house and asks him to come to the queen because the queen is really sick. And there's also a little boy who wants to ask if Dolittle can take care of a squirrel that he shot basically with a shotgun. And that's basically the kick-off of the story. And they go on an adventure and stuff. And it was just so much fun. All these animals are just the best. And I really just love these kind of movies. So yeah, I gave this 5 stars. Then the next movie I watched on the 3rd of February together with my father. And that is called The Trials of Cate McCall. We got this one from just the TV. We watched this back. And this is a courtroom drama, and it's about Cate McCall, who is an attorney. And she is an attorney who, it doesn't really go well with her. She is, at the break of a divorce, and she doesn't really see her daughter that much. And she's just really depressed as well, actually. And you follow her and this big case she's on. A girl went to prison, but she needs an attorney because the girl says that she didn't kill the person that she's in prison for. And this attorney just helps her out, and that's basically what this story is about. And it was just a really, really good movie. I gave it 4 stars because it was really good, but the only thing I really didn't like was another female who was just alcoholic and stuff like that. And I really, really don't like that in stories. It just I know why, I get that it's something that happens, but it's just too often for me, so therefore I didn't give it the full 5 stars. The next movie I watched was on the 6th of February. I watched this in the cinema, and that is called 1917. And this movie was mind-blowing and just amazing. I'm really glad they won an Oscar for this movie because it just was really, really great. So this movie is based on a real story. The director, Sam Mendes, asked his great-grandfather, I think, and I don't know if you ask him, but it's a story of his great-grandfather that he lived in the war in 1917, of course. And this story is all about him, and you follow him this guy here, and his friend. And his friend is asked to go on a mission and save another battalion that is in another part of the country. I think they're in France. And yeah, the story goes on from there because they need to save that battalion because the Germans will, just it's a setup basically. The Germans are coming for them, and this friend and him, sort of the main character, is they're going together on this mission to save that battalion. And that friend has a brother in the battalion, so therefore he was chosen to do this because it's just fool's work basically, because you need to go in the front line and stuff. So yeah, this movie is shot in one shot, not really one shot, but you just follow these two characters and you don't really follow anything else, and that was just really great, and I really felt with these characters therefore. So yeah, I gave this 5 out of 5 stars. Then the next movie I watched also in the cinema was Bad Boys for Life. This is the third movie, I think, in the Bad Boys series with Will Smith and Mark Lawrence. And this movie is about these two guys. One of them really wants to retire because he is just done with police work, but the other one isn't really wanting to do that. And the story goes on from there. And I really just didn't really like this. Well, I liked this movie, but it wasn't the best because there was one trope in this movie that I really, really hate. And the execution wasn't the best, but the humor in this movie is just great, and I really love this movie therefore. So I gave this a 3.5 out of 5 stars. The next movie I watched on the 9th of February from Disney Plus, and that is Inside Out. This movie is about a girl, and you really follow her brain basically, and these little figures are her emotions in her brain. So you have joy and disgust, anger, sadness, and fear. And they try to work together to have this girl a nice life. And I really, really like this movie. It's just really great how they portray these emotions and also what goes on in your brain. And therefore I just really like this movie, and I gave it 4.5 out of 5 stars. Then on the 10th of February I went back to the cinema and I watched Dark Waters. This movie is also based on a true story, like 1917. And this story is about this attorney, and this attorney is asked by a farmer to help him out. But this attorney works for a very big chemical company and doesn't really help other people. But this farmer, it's really sounds very serious, so this attorney tries to help him out. And this farmer shows him that there are chemicals used nearby his farm, and that because of these chemicals his animals, his cows, are dying, and the way they die is really just awful, and that is probably because of these chemicals. And you just follow this attorney and his journey with this case, and it was just horrible to watch. It was so awful, and it felt really heartbreaking, and I really loved this movie. It was just really, really well written, really well acted, and it was just great. So I gave it 5 stars. The next movie I watched with my brother because we are taking a break of our Marvel marathon. We are a bit done with it. We've been at it for like 2 years, so a bit of a break, and therefore we watched a movie that we started this series, but we just want to finish it, and that is The Hobbit, The Battle of the Five Armies. And this is the last movie in the Hobbit trilogy, and this one is about, I can't really say anything because of spoilers, but the Battle of the Five Armies, that's all I'm going to say. And I gave this one 4.5 out of 5 stars. It isn't, I think it's my least favorite of this movie franchise, but I still really, really enjoyed it. I don't know why people don't really like this movie, but I love them, so yeah. Therefore, it was really great to watch it. On the 14th of February, I watched a movie with my mother, and that is The Jungle Book. I haven't watched this movie before. The other movie that I mentioned, The Battle of the Five Armies, I have rewatched, but this one I haven't watched before, so that was really great. And yeah, it was just really a fun story, but I don't think it's as good as the original. That was because, yeah, I don't know, I especially didn't like the King Louis, I think. I really didn't like him. He was very scary, and yeah, I don't know. It wasn't just as fun as the original movie. It was just a bit more serious, and I don't really like that in a Disney movie. So yeah, I gave this 4 out of 5 stars. Then on the 18th of February, I watched another movie with my mother, and that movie I haven't watched before as well, and that is Dumbo, the real people live action movie. And this movie I just was a bit hesitant to watch because I really thought I was going to cry, and I did. Not at the point that I thought I would, but I did. And it was pretty great. The acting was a bit, but yeah, I really liked it, so I gave it a 4.5 out of 5 stars. The next movie I watched, let me see, on the 19th of February, together with my mother again, and that is the new Lady and the Tramp live action movie from Disney Plus. And yeah, this movie was pretty good, but yeah, I don't know, I don't really like when these animals are talking. It really looks weird and sort of scary. So I didn't really like that, but the story was really great. The actors' voices were very good, and the representation was also very good, I think. And it was a more diverse cast, so that was also great. And yeah, it was just nice, so I gave it 4 stars. The next movie was another rewatch, and I watched this one on the 21st of February, and that is Christopher Robin. This is the live action movie of Winnie the Pooh, but this is more a sequel to Winnie the Pooh. So when Christopher Robin is grown up. And Winnie the Pooh is one of my favorite movies of all time. I really like the book as well, and this one didn't disappoint again. So yeah, I just gave it 5 stars. This story is about Christopher Robin, and he's very busy with his job. He just said to Pooh that he wouldn't, wouldn't forget him, but he actually did. And yeah, after many, many years, Pooh lost his friends, and he is going to Christopher Robin to ask his help. But Christopher Robin is really busy, and he doesn't really want to help, but he helps anyway. And yeah, that is basically what the story is about. And yeah, it's just really fun to watch, and just, very a joyful watch. So yeah, I really liked it. Then another rewatch. Yes, I really like rewatching movies. I don't really like just watching new movies. But yeah, another rewatch was on the 22nd of February, and that was Atomic Blonde. This we got also from the TV. And I rewatched this one because when I saw it in cinemas, it was really great. This time it was sort of disappointing because it was a bit hard to follow, actually. You really needed to pay attention, and that was a bit hard sometimes, but I really liked it anyway. So Atomic Blonde is about this woman that you can see in the picture, and she is an MI6, I think, agent. And this all takes place in the Cold War, around when the wall falls. So like 1888, 89. So, she... Yeah, it's really complicated to say what it's about. But she needs to find a list, and this list tells secrets about a lot of Asians, and a lot of other people want this list as well. And yeah, a lot of fighting, good representation. Yeah, I really just enjoyed this movie, so I gave it 4 stars. Then a movie that I didn't see before, and that I watched on the 23rd of February, and that is Mulan 2. I have watched the other Mulan a couple of weeks ago, I think, and I just want to watch this one as well, just to be prepared for the new movie. And yeah, this one was, yeah, it's just following Mulan and her, yeah, him, the captain, and yeah, basically their love story sort of, and they need to go on a mission. And yeah, it was sort of fun, but really not as great as the first movie. Mushu the dragon was pretty annoying, unfortunately, and yeah, I gave it 4 stars, but maybe even less. So yeah. Then another movie that I watched in the cinema on the 24th of February, and that is Birds of Prey. And yeah, I have a bit of an unpopular opinion maybe of this movie, and that is that I gave it 3 stars. I gave this 3 stars because, yeah, it just really wasn't, not for me, but yeah, I know, I just really didn't like it that much. It was very chaotic, and I understand why they chose to do that, but it was just too chaotic for me. For example, you follow Harley Quinn's story. She tells a story, but then she says, okay, 1 week ago, and then all of a sudden you were in the present again, and I didn't really follow that line, so that was really annoying. The characters themselves were fun, but I didn't feel they were that flushed out, you know? For example, Harley Quinn, she just was very weird and happy and out of the box all the time. And yeah, she was drinking because she broke off with Mr. J, but that was all you really saw of her emotions, and I really didn't like that as much. Also, the other women in this movie, they didn't really have depth for me. And a lot of people really like this movie, but that's probably because a lot of people say that they really like this movie because of these women. And yeah, I don't, how do you call it? I don't really like women in that way, so maybe that was why I didn't really like this movie. I don't know, but yeah, it was just not really for me. So I gave it 3 stars. Another movie that I watched in the cinema on the 26th of February was The Call of the Wild. And this movie is about a dog, because the dog is the main character, which was really nice. And this dog, you follow his journey. First, he lives with a very rich family, but he is, just really, just annoying, basically, for this family, because he destroys everything and stuff like that. And one evening he again destroys a lot, and he is pushed out on the porch. And then a man comes and steals him. And then he gets sold to a guy who takes the post to everyone, and that is in Alaska. So they go with the sled, and he needs to be part of the sled. And after that he is bought by this man, and that man is played by Harrison Ford. And I really like this movie. The trailer was a bit weird because I felt like Harrison Ford was in all the movie, but he probably was like in half of it, so didn't really understand that. But just what I liked was the characters. The dog was really cute, and the story itself was very good. The scenery was amazing. I really liked that. And the only thing I didn't really like was that the dog was, it felt a bit weird. The CGI was a bit off, and he felt really too human. He just acted too human for me. For example, if someone said something and he just reacted to it in a very human-like way. And that, really felt wrong for me. So therefore I gave this movie 4 stars. Then the last movie I watched on the 27th of February, that was another rewatch, and that is The Dark Knight. I watched Batman Begins a couple of months ago, I think, already. And yeah, I just wanted to continue with this awesome series. And yeah, this is the second movie in the Batman trilogy. I have some news because I don't know if you heard, but there is coming another Batman movie, sort of a sequel, I think, to this trilogy. And the new Batman is going to be played by Robert Pattinson. And I'm not too enthusiastic about that. I really don't see Robert Pattinson in this role. Also because he's a bit too young, I think, for that. And yeah, I just see him as in Twilight or in Harry Potter. So I don't really like that. And the cast itself also was just not really good. But yeah, that will be out in 2021 in June, I think. So that is something I'm looking forward to, sort of. And yeah, but back to this movie. This is this is the second movie in the Batman trilogy, sort of. And this is about really two villains. One of them is Two-Face, and one of them is the Joker. And the Joker is played by Heath Ledger, and I really think he just does a great job. He is just so scary, just so scary. As you might know, I really like the new Joker movie, but I don't think I can really just put those together or something. I just really like them equally, these Jokers. And yeah, this movie is just amazing, and I really loved it. And yeah, it was just great. So I gave it 5 stars. So then on to the movies that I didn't get around to watch this month that I mentioned in my to be watched video. And yeah, I didn't watch 6 of them, which is a lot because I think I mentioned 8. So not well done. But yeah, the first one was A Hidden Life. And unfortunately, that one wasn't in my cinema. So yeah, that was really annoying because the cinema has a couple of locations. So if they put out a movie, it looks like it's going to be in my cinema, but sometimes it is in Amsterdam or something like that. So in this case, that was the case. So that was really unfortunate, so I couldn't watch that one. Little Women I haven't watched yet because I haven't finished the book. Yeah, I'm still working on that. So I'm probably going to watch it next week, hopefully, if my mother has time. The other movie that wasn't in my cinema was Little Joe, which was unfortunate because I really want to see that one. It looked really great. Sonic I didn't watch because I just didn't really have time, and I was like, I don't really care, so I didn't watch that one. Then The Gentleman I'm going to watch Wednesday, and then Emma was out yesterday, so I haven't watched that one, of course. And yeah, that were all the movies that I mentioned in my to be watched and didn't get around to. So this was my video. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know down in the comments if there are some great movies you have watched this month. I would love to know. And yeah, I hope to see you very soon. And please like this video, comment and subscribe. And I will see you later.